Hello everybody. Good evening. It is Tuesday, March 31st is the last day of March, which is wild. And it's 6:30 p.m. Central Time. So we are live tonight to do some stamping. I have cats everywhere. There's a cat there. There's a cat there. There's a cat there. I have all the cats. If you saw my Facebook Live, Turbo was laying on the stamp area and I unceremoniously removed him. He really wants a snuggle really bad, so he's looking forward to this being over because he's kind of a snuggle bear. So it is the last day of the month. There's nothing crazy, I guess, going on. I do want to remind you of the product of the month, and that is what I am stamping with tonight. The Notes of Spring product of the month. This is the March product of the month. While supplies last, you can get this stamp set for $5 with your $75 order. You get $75 and you can add it into your cart. There is also a DSP available. And I did notice today that the Fabulous Sayings, which is the January product of the month, is back available in English. Did not expect that. So I do think this is available as well, which I was excited about because I love the font on this set. Now, tomorrow is April 1st, which means there's going to be a new product of the month, and I'm going to show that to you here. It is, what are they calling this? The Eyelet Blossom die. So it's a large background die that is going to be available starting tomorrow, $5 with your $75 order. There's going to be two new kits. I am told one is a scrapbook kit, one is like a card, like a trifold card, non-stamping. I haven't seen them. I'll see them in the morning just like when you do. And I also do assume that the Last Chance will also update tomorrow because that's usually an every other month thing. So there should be some new Last Chance products, which some will be discounted, some will not, but it means they're going to be saying goodbye once the inventory runs out. Gus, I'm going to need you to get off. You're very distracting me. For my local folks, I sent, well, my whole email list got the email that I have the flyer for the crop on May 9th over at my church. That's the second Saturday in May. I also have it up on my Facebook page, so you can click the link to my Facebook page in the description and you can see the events. You can see it there. It's only $20. It's 9 to 5. It's a fundraiser. It's always a good time. Hope people can come. So tonight, do you see this? Somebody's gonna say something. You see this? This is my moon thing that I got Saturday working in the garden. I didn't really run into it. Well, I mean, I ran into like this pole. I put the stick in, a long stick, in the milk jug, covering the peas, and I forgot I did it. I was planting radishes. I got up and I hit my head on. It didn't bleed, but it is scabbed, and then my sunburn. That's a sunburn. So we're acknowledging the moon and the sunburn. Okay? So that's, at least it doesn't, it only hurts a little bit when I touch it now. For the last Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it was still pretty sensitive even yesterday. So yes, I'm aware I'm sunburned. My arm doesn't look as sunburned. My forehead's definitely still looks on. My fear is that this will be peeling on Easter when I'm up in front of the congregation, in the front row of the choir singing. That's my biggest fear at this point. So it is the garden season. If you are new around here, my husband and I love to garden. We became COVID gardeners and now we're just growing the world. So I do, once the season starts going, on my stories, which are on Instagram and Facebook, I will share a lot of garden pictures. So if you're interested in that type of thing, you want to make sure that you're following me on my Facebook, Instagram. I believe all of those links are in the comments. And if you're here, I hope that you are taking a moment to like this video, subscribe if you have not already, because I'm live most Tuesdays at 6:30. If I'm not live, I'm going to try to pre-record, because I did do that once, a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to do that. So tonight is kind of exciting time. We're going to talk about the these amazing new ink pads that are coming. So I'm going to switch the view. Let's see, to get my notes out of the way, see how much Turbo has messed up the grid sheet and the camera. So these are the in colors that are coming. As a reminder, these in colors are all going away. They're retiring because it's 2026 and they go away and these come in. Because these are 24, 26, these are 26, 28. These are the first colors, Stampin' Up! Colors in the new magnetic ink pad. So if you need any of these colors, refills, Stampin' Blends, ribbons, embellishments, paper, whatever, get these now before they're gone. Shy Shamrock, highly recommend. I'm going with Shy Shamrock as my favorite. Because I just think it felt like a very unique color in the palette. So I'm going with that. Enter the 26, 28 in colors. These will be available to you beginning in May. Let me tell you the right date. May 5th, I do believe. Yes, May 5th. The new catalog and the new in colors will be available in the new ink pads. So let's talk about the new ink pad as a little demonstration. I don't even have my self up on here so I can see comments, because I just saw one come in and I'm not paying attention to what's going on. And Linda's here. Hi, Linda. Okay, so the first color I'm just gonna push off to the side because it's barely blush and you can't really read it very well, but we can read Crisp Cantaloupe, so we'll kind of look at that. The first thing you're gonna notice, these are magnetic. Do you see how this, like, they magnetize on, like, as a stack onto each other? It's not like super, but you can hold several of them. They're staying together, so that is actually a great deal. See how they are. If you are familiar with Close to My Heart, this was the Close to My Heart ink pad design. So let's compare it to our current ink pad. So the pad itself is longer, but it is a little bit more narrow, so as far as size. So you can see that. Now, this ink pad does fit an existing storage. Like if you have the Stampin' Up! Storage, it's going to stick out a little further. I have the Stampin' storage, and I have the Stampin' storage that was made for the pad before this one. So in my little holder, I had, and the pad before this one was a little bit longer. So in mine, I had to have these little bumpers in there. So I could, because otherwise it was like going away. So this actually will fit, is going to fit very nicely in the storage that I already have. Lucky me. So that's the size difference. And of course, these were opening up as a compact, not always easy for everybody. And then we slide. It is nice because the lid stays attached. We don't lose it. However, with this beauty, this comes completely off. I do have this in the foreign language on here, so I can match it up. So the magnet, see how it is keeping that like this, and then it will stack. So you could tuck it underneath if you wanted to. So it closes, you can open it, it'll stay by itself, or you could tuck it underneath. So these are coming. Hey, Nikki. So let's open up and we're just going to compare the size here. It honestly might be, this one is wider, this one's longer. I wonder, like, square footage wise, square inch wise, square centimeter wise, that it's probably about the same. The big difference, this is the foam. This is a linen pad. So this is a hard pad like our Stays On and Memento Black is. This is the foam. This is a linen pad. Costs on these. Now, these are going up in price, and I think they're 13 and these are 15, or 16 and 14, something like that. They say this will last longer, like this is more durable, the linen pad. I kind of see that because I've sliced my foam pads before. For me, I've really almost predominantly stamped with the Stampin' Up! Foam pads. So it is an adjustment for me on the inking. Now, for this year, starting in May, just the 5 new in colors are in this new style pad. All of the other colors are still in the compact case. The following year, so 2027, is when this case will retire and all of the colors will be in the new magnetic 2-piece pad. So as somebody who has really only really used the Stampin' Up! Foam pad, I'm really enjoying these. But again, it is a learning curve for me. And they're new pads, and so if you are used to having new stamps, sometimes they're like too inky or maybe not enough ink. That's usually not an issue. I haven't found that the 5 that I have are not too dry. I think they've been good, but it is different for me. So I kind of appreciate that these are just the only ones, so I can kind of learn the right technique. I think it's more forgiving as far as inking your stamp with these magnetic ones. I just love the fact that these have been sitting on my desk, and you know, these kind of go into each other with these little things here, but they still, like, let's just pull out 5. You can tell that my colors are in rainbow order. So there's 5 colors of 5, so it's a little taller. But this, they aren't moving. I mean, a little bit. That's what happens. So the magnets really help on the craft space keep everything together. So I'm liking that. These have just been kind of hanging out on my desk, and when I've had time not outside getting sunburned and mashing my head against things, they've all been right on my desk, and they're easy to spot because they continue, since they stack up onto each other nice and stay together, they're easy to spot when my table gets a disaster. So with that, I want to stamp with them. Well, we also have the new basic black hybrid ink. Now this, you're like, what is that in there? This is a ribbon in here. I'm going to talk about this. So Stampin' Up! Is no longer going to be carrying Memento or StazOn. And this hybrid ink is supposed to work for watercoloring and our blends. So you don't have to think about which ink pad to use what with. I am undecided right now on this product. So that is my honesty. I've only stamped with it a couple of times. Last night, maybe the day before. And then whatever I'm going to do tonight. It is not the magnetic pad. It's a different, you can see the size difference. It's much smaller. It is difficult to open. They tell you to put it on the side like this and open it. Now, I've done this a bunch of times. But I do think people with dexterity issues, maybe arthritis, might struggle. And so Wiley, in all of his wisdom, when I was trying to open, like, you can't do it like this. You have to, like, there's like a little, the lid, the white, has a little lip, and you have to pop it like that. Wiley said, well, put a ribbon in it like it's a batteries and a flashlight, and then you can just lift up on the ribbon, and that makes it really easy to take it off. So I can do the clam, but I'm continuing to keep the ribbon in there, just because I do think it's pretty easy to hold this down and then lift up, and then it pops right off. And it's closing very well. I'm not having any problems closing with it. There has been some people complaining about this ink. You need to kind of let it dry, set for just a little bit. The feedback, and I did some very small testing, is that this ink is still smearing, specifically on our basic white cardstock. But even when I stamped on white willow, which is the 12 by 12 white, that is the white core, sounds weird, white cardstock with white core, but it's the two-tone, but it's the same color it does not smear. So there must be some kind of different chemical reaction. Oh, good. We're getting some feedback, and I took the ribbon off. Let's see. It's getting easier to open mine. Came pretty dry. Doesn't get a good impression. Oh, really? I've been using the stamp mat, so I'm going to do that today. I've had other people also say that they didn't think theirs was very wet either. I didn't get the refill yet. Maybe I should order that tomorrow, because I want to get the April product of the month tomorrow. I have my cart full of stuff already, just ready to add that in there. So we're just going to do a little stamping so you can see the colors. I do not have any of, I have the cardstock, but I don't have the bookmarks done. I just wanted, tonight, if you watched last week, I wanted to show this stamp set because when I got it, I was just going to on stage, then I had a meeting, and so I hadn't been able to show off the stamp set yet. So tonight was really showing off the stamp set. And if you haven't picked this up, I do think it's super cute because I love, they're like little baby animals, and we get these cute little like watercolor pieces with it. We get a happy birthday, and we get a thank you, and then we have an especially for you, which is nice as well. So you're getting sentiments and images, and we are going to stamp with the bunny rabbit because it's going to be Easter, so that's great. So I have, this is a very like sketch-wise kind of boring, but it's a great way to show off the 5 in colors. So I am going to use my Pierce mat. And for those who are wondering, this is 2 by 5.5, and this is the white willow. It only comes in 12 by 12. I will show you the, well, I'll show you that when we're done. We're going to stamp and go. So the first thing I'm going to do, I think, is stamp. I'm going to stamp 5 bunnies, the outline. So I have the outline, and then the inside is kind of a watercolory deal. You can see that it's not a perfect fill-in, which kind of makes it, I think, a little fun. I'm going to put this over here because I'm just going to lose my mind. And let's see how well I can stamp with the new black ink pad today. I do like the idea that you don't have to think about, is this the watercolor ink pad or is this the blends ink pad? I love that idea, so I'm on board with that. The Stampin' Positioner would be helpful. And I know these pretty much just barely fit on here, so instead of going in the middle, I'm just going to start from one way to another, and we're going to stamp 5 little bunnies. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little bunnies. See, my first one isn't great, but I think it's okay with this stamp set that it's not perfect because we're going to have like the watercolor look on the inside, so I'm not as worried about it. It's like I'm progressively getting better. Oh my gosh, little bunny, fit on here, please. Okay, we're going to overlap there a little bit. These two aren't that close together. Okay, it works. Now, for cleaning this, they do recommend your Stampin' Mist. I still have this very old one. I actually filled this up. It's so old. With the last of the refill that I had this weekend. I was like, I'm going to order some more of this. And so I am using the scrubby, but you can use like your chamois as well, but you might get a cleaner stamp because it is going to stain a little bit. Not terrible. It's not, doesn't stain as bad as the StazOn. That's the other good thing. We don't need a special cleaner. We can just use our mist and our chamois. And we're going to close this up for safety right now. As I like to say, we'll close that up for safety. And then we're going to do the inside of the bunnies. And I have them in like rainbow order. So again, I just oh, it's just so lovely. This barely blush is barely blush. Gosh, it's so pale. The cardstock is much better. And then it even stays onto that. It's just amazing. I am just using my Shame and Clean It Off, and then I've got my scrub over here to dry it. So this is Barely Blush, then we're going to have Crisp Cantaloupe. And the bunnies go marching one by one. And then we have Golden Glow, which I think is like a dark horse favorite for people. Maybe I should bring this down a little bit. I'm so sorry. Y'all can't even see what I'm doing. Just, oh, it is quite lovely. Just open. Peaceful Pine, I think, is my, I know everybody's favorite's the Hydrangea Hue, but I'm going with Peaceful Pine. Hydrangea Hue, I think, is too easy to be a favorite. Peaceful Pine is a very pleasant green. I could see it replacing Garden Green. I don't know. Maybe not. I could be wrong. And then here's the Hydrangea Hue. Which does stamp out a lot more blue at first, but then it kind of calms down there after a little bit. And again, this is on White Willow. Now I'm going to show you, I stamped without the outline. The same, gosh, you cannot see that pink with that light. There we go. Isn't that wild? Goodness, it just disappears. I used the Dream Team, the little coffee cup in the Dream Team stamp set to do the same thing. Oh my gosh. Here we go. So we can see, yeah, I think the colors do look different when that black isn't on them. I thought about just doing Early Espresso for the bunny outline, but I was like, well, I should probably show the new black ink pad. So there's kind of the difference there. So the next thing I do want to show you is my first bunnies. These bunnies are stamped on basic white. And after they sat for a while, I did come with my... Now they're probably not smearing, but last night after just a few minutes, I don't know how you see how that's like from my finger just doing this after probably sitting like 5 minutes. I don't know if it would still do it today. So it's sitting overnight, does not appear to be smearing now, but I feel confident I could come with this one. Maybe not that confident. It did smear a little bit. We're still gonna make a card with it though. It's not that bad. I do think it's better. Now, let's see here. I did do it on, this is colored cardstock. This is cloud cover, which is what the sky is starting to look like out there. And then I put just blend over it because I wanted to see if the blend would make it smear, and it did not. Any smearing you might notice is from my finger. And then this is on a two-tone piece of cardstock, and I stamped that duck on there, and it did not smear at all. And then this is just the blend on the two-tone. I'd never put a blend on a two-tone piece of cardstock, I don't think ever, but I just did for the heck of it, and it didn't smear off. Hadn't watercolored, but the feedback I heard is that it does watercolor well. Oh yeah, look at my thumb to see if I have black. I might have a little bit, but is it from the smear or from the ink pad from doing this? Or from the thing. That's true. So I would recommend if you're doing something like this, and you want to have the new ink pad because you don't want to have to think about, can I watercolor with this or not? I would recommend using White Willow. Again, it's only 12 by 12. I wouldn't use White Willow for a card base. I would just use it for stamping pieces on, and you can cut it size down and stamp your sentiment or whatever you might need. Or just keep using your Memento Black and order refills from wherever you can buy Memento Black, you know. Or use Early Espresso. That's kind of my preferred outline color, honestly, because it's not as harsh as black. I should have stamped one of these with Early Espresso, but I didn't. But we're going to assemble the card now because we need to finish this. And so I'm going to raise this back up. So it's, you know, it is different. Again, the linen is different. So I have this at 5.5 by 2 1/4. So I'm going to get a little black border here. Our little strange rainbow bunny train here. But we do pretty much get a rainbow out of it. I'm kind of just I am a fan of stamping in rainbow. Let's see. I do have just a regular, this is just regular white, basic white. I don't use the thick all the time. That's just a preference. I do for some things. If I'm only going to do like one layer of something, where's my bone folder? I'm blaming Turbo because we were playing with it when he was sitting up here. It has my name on it. Don't have a bone folder, use a block, okay? Professional tip. Oh my gosh, it's gonna drive me crazy. We were playing with it. Turbo and I were playing with it. Whatever. Okay, okay, so that's mounted. So we have like this, and I thought, I really wanted this to be kind of like a kid's birthday card, because I need kids' birthday cards for church. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I found that I still had the great like wood grain paper. And I was like, oh, I'll do the full size. Well, this was already cut at 3 3/4, so I just cut it at 5.5, so it leaves a little 1-inch border. So my scrap was already this width. And I was like, well, I could still put that on the card front. So that's what we're going to do. It's like a mature kid's birthday card. I know, I just flipped through and like, with these colors, I don't have DSP options, really. But, you know, wood texture, wood grain goes with everything. And we have loved this paper so much. I think I've gone through, I do have quite a bit. I think I'm on my 3rd pack of it, because I do use it quite a bit. And then we are going to be brave and come back with the birthday stamped right on here, because this is going to go in the middle. And I think if I put it here, it kind of hides it. I'm looking at my sample. I'm going to get this. I'm going to do a test stamp down here. Okay, yep. And we're just going to put some dimensionals. You can kind of see that pretty good. Yeah? Again, it was kind of like, what do I have to work with here? Because I want to show the new colors and the new ink pads. My first pre-order only had really the ink and the paper in there. That was all I cared about. It's a big panel. You've probably never seen me use that many dimensionals. I think I did that on the sample too. I was like, yeah, it needs a lot of dimensionals. You could put, not upside down. We could put them lower, but I have a thing. Let's put them in the middle. And then, okay, so it's pretty cute. The thing I'm really excited about with the new catalog, new product offering, is we have the 6x8 full pages, like a set of just the full ones for my bling book, so I can still use these. I don't I'm going to do something with these, but you can just buy the full sleeves now. So if you want to do an actual free flow scrapbook, little pages, you can just do that. You don't have to do the pocket pages, but I am just excited that I have the full pages for my bling book. And so slowly I'm going to be transitioning that. So if you are new around here, I use the Memories and More binder for my bling, and I've been using the pocket scrapbook pages. Now see, like, that works pretty well because that's a small one. It fits right in there. And I kind of just have all of my bling in here. And you might go, wow, that one's really cool. Where is that? I don't know. It's probably retired because I've kind of just gotten to the point where I'm like, if you see bling online or in the catalog and you like it, you order it now because they could just go away real fast. You know, bling is one of those things like, don't leave home without it. Don't leave your shopping cart without bling. And so I'm going to take, I think these are probably still available, adhesive back metallic gems. I think they're a pretty good one. And I'm just going to do some of these silver ones. And we're going to put some on here. And we'll do this up here. And then we have a little birthday card with the new in colors. And my sample is the little duck goose duck. That'd be cute for a kid, right? Happiest birthday wishes. Boy or a girl. I was trying to be, you know, thinking gender neutral. I mean, it doesn't feel too girly or too masculine. It just feels cute. Okay, I see some hearts, so I appreciate that. Thank you for the hearts. Appreciate the hearts. Hearts back. Whoop. Just a simple little deal. And then I'll bring the little coffee cups back out. So, you know, if we were to... I did cut this one down a little bit. But there would be how the coffee cups would look. I think this would be cute with a little appreciate you. And then have like a... make it into a gift card holder. And then you could have like a Starbucks or something in there. Wherever your preferred coffee is. Obviously you could use whatever colors. Oh, you got your thank you card. Yay, that means the cards got out. I'm glad you like your card, Nikki. I wish I could remember which one I sent you, but I can't. If you don't know, I make a lot of cards, and I can't keep track of all of them. Sometimes I kind of remember, but I'm glad you like it. And thank you, because I need to thank you. Let's see, who else is on here? Somebody, Scott. Who's on here? I don't know. Hello, person I'm not exactly sure who you are. Do I know you? Let me know if do I know? I don't know. Hello everybody. If you take the moment, please like this video and subscribe if you have not already. Glad that you're here. So these new in colors are coming. The new ink pads are coming. Again, it'll just be the 5 colors for this new spring catalog. So a year from May, then they'll all switch over because we will have a color refresh. And so then we'll have all the new... I love the case. I'm getting used to the firm linen pad. I love the case. And I think my love for the case will get me over the fact I do like the foam. But my love for the case is going to get me through this. So I will be converted, I know. And I'm still out in the air on... this new. This will be the only black that will be available from Stampin' Up! Once the stock of the other is gone. Unless something different changes or whatnot. Let's see, what else do I need to review? I'm not sure. That might be it. Next week, we'll kind of go back to some regular programming. So this was kind of a one-off because I was just really wanted to show these because I wanted them so bad. And we'll go for that. We have a really great card. The second project from Stamp Club last month is probably what we will do next week. And I might do a couple of more samples with that layout because it is chef's kiss. And it'll probably be on a paper that will go onto like Retiring Last Chance. But you'll be able to do it with like scraps or something. And I think y'all will really like it. Because we did the fun fold last week. We detoured to do the new ink pads today. So, yeah, the second card. So we'll have a really great project next week. And I'm live. It'll be April. So we'll have the new kits and the new... I won't have the new product of the month by then. I know that they're already... The email today said the shipping for Stampinup, they're about 4 days behind in the warehouse. So they're trying to catch up on everything. This is me putting my stamps away. Because if I don't do it now, it just won't happen. And so that's what we'll do next week. And if you have... Where does this one go? I think I'm just going to make it fit somewhere. So if you are going on tomorrow, make sure to... I'm going to just show that the new product of the month coming up. So that's going to be available tomorrow. $5 with your $75 purchase. Make sure to check the last chance, because I assume the last chance is refreshing tomorrow. It's a big die. Pretty excited about that. It's been a while since I've had like a huge die like that. You can also pick up the Notes of Thanks for $5 with your $75 order if you're not interested in a giant die. If you haven't picked this up already, this was... What is this month? March. This is the March product of the month that I was using. It's so cute though. I didn't do the little deer in the rainbow because he's really long. I don't think he's gonna fit on. I'd have to do like we'd have to like stagger him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably on a card front. You'd have to cover the whole card, a little fawn. So I think that's gonna be it. I think I already said that once. I am so sorry. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate your support. If you are on the online store and you are shopping and you have questions, please reach out to me and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Make sure that you are following me on my socials, Facebook in particular. The link should be down in the description. Please like this video if you haven't already. If you're watching on the repeat, hey, we love you too. Make sure to leave a comment. And hopefully I'll get back to you in a few days whenever I come over and check those. I don't know why I don't get notifications that there's comments on the videos. I have to physically look. It's a thing. So if you are local, stay safe. I don't know what the weather's doing, but we're going to get rain, storms, lightning maybe. Today, tomorrow. Not positive. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of your evening. And... what do I say? Less than $1. Even if the postage goes up, it's still going to be under $1. You can send a smile to somebody, make their day, send them a card. See all those? Those? See the boxes over my head? Those are cards too. And you don't even see the ones that are over here. Send out some cards. Make somebody's day. And we'll see you around the internet and here next week.